Hot filter, all messages, this. Nope, back. At Gmail. All right, done. What's up, guys? Hey, Team B. What's up, Zoe and Kat? Hello. Made it. Welcome into the show. So, how's everybody's night been so far? Damn! But how's everybody's night going for them so far? Hopefully you've had a great day. You know, I had a pretty good day myself. Welcome in, Team B. I've been doing pretty good. You know, actually. Me and Jin broke up, but it was mutual. So we just realized we wanted different things. And so we left. And yeah, it's been a little rough, but I took the weekend to get over it, you know, and try to get myself back into the motions, you know. Yeah, Zoe and Kat, we broke up. But, you know, those things happen. But anyway, I'd like to welcome everybody into the show. So come on in, enjoy yourselves. I've got a pile of laundry behind me I got to fold, which is going to be after the show. But me and Jin are still friends. We're still doing Morning Mojo. So don't worry about that. Shut, get away from the stand. Yeah, we're all still friends though. I'm trying to be, that's why I decided to do tonight's show on respect, because I'm trying to be as respectful as possible. You know, I didn't want to break her heart or anything like that, but I just had to do what I had to do. Monkey with a hammer? Either way, it's a monkey. No, I don't do ASMR, Kevin. What's up, Jin? Rodolfo. Thank you for showing up and giving your opinion. Hello from Russia, I believe. No, not Russia. But hello, Dennis. Dennis Hillsbeck. Welcome in. How's everybody doing? How's everybody feeling? Here in a little bit, I'm going to be talking on my views of why it's important to be respectful. And then we're going to do a quick little hangout afterwards. Yep, my Jin single rated mingle. What's up, sweet country? I spilt water on my bed. You mean you spilt water on your bed? What's up, sweet country? Dream Dancer, hello. Welcome into the show. What kind of get up? It's a leather breastplate. I wear armor from time to time. We call ourselves the Knights of the Holy Rose Sanctum. So it only is befitting if I have a suit of armor. Yeah, that's Shuck in the background. No good. Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that, sweet. But yeah, we call ourselves the Knights of the Holy Rose Sanctum, so I wear leather armor from time to time. Yeah, that's him stomping. He's playing around with his football. Well, guys, we've got a decent amount of people in here, so I'm going to go on ahead and I'm going to get the conversation started, shall we? So, I just like to, Rodolfo. Not only do I like to wear the armor, but I train in it. You know, I actually have shoulder guards and bracers that I wear, and I go out with an axe and I train, and that's my exercise. Yes, and I have Viking bloodline. I know I'm grown, Rodolfo, but there's no reason to stop certain hobbies that you have fun with. Damn! But let's go on ahead and let's get the show started. All right. So why should you be respectful, guys? Well, first off, it's just common courtesy. You know, yes, respect most of the time is earned, not given. But there is a certain level of respect that should be given should you meet somebody new, or should you run into an adult, or, you know, should you run into somebody else. What's up, JJ? How you doing, man? But should you run into somebody you've never met before, you know, or somebody from another country? You know, guys, respect is a lot of times something that's held in high regard when it comes down to certain cultures, such as the Muslim and Islamic cultures. Those guys right there hold respect in a high regards. What's up, Tofu Master? I got you, man. That's a good one. Long time no see to you too, JJ. What's up, CS Ghost? But anyhow, and Benzie. Yes, I do wear armor, everybody. You know, I enjoy wearing leather armor. I enjoy sparring in it. I enjoy training in it. It's just a good exercise for me. And the leather armor just happens to be able to make it even easier. But anyhow, so back to where we were getting at there. When it comes down to respecting others, guys, the easiest way to do that is to simply just take and just be nice, be kind. You know, guys, when you see somebody, shake their hand. When you meet somebody, be respectful. Say yes, sir, no, sir, yes, ma'am, no, ma'am. You know, guys, some people don't like it, but quite a few people do. You know, last shower was this morning, but going to be having one later on tonight. But anyhow, so yeah, you take and you take and you do these things because A, it builds camaraderie. B, it builds connections. And C, it does show a level of respect. I respect you as a human being. Now, does that mean that everybody's going to show you that level of respect in return? No. Does it mean you need to quit? No. It means you need to strive even harder. You know, guys, because when it comes down to respecting others, you know, you end up taking and getting a respect in return. You know, it might not be the same respect as, say, like a soldier or first responder or a governor or something like that, but you get a level of respect. They're like, hey, look, that's a nice guy in town. You leave him alone. No, that's the guy that says hi to everybody. That's the guy that takes care of everybody. You leave him be. You know, guys, and that's what happens. You end up making good friends and strong connections through showing respect. And that's all you've got to do. You know, it's definitely, what's up, Sharky? But it's definitely like one of the easiest things to do is to just be respectful. Is to just, what's up, Cowboys? Is to just sit there and no, I don't like being flogged. But is to sit there and just be kind. That's the easiest thing to do. When you see somebody, be hospitable. That's showing respect. When you meet a new boss, shake his hand firmly. Look him in the eye. You're showing him respect for his title. You know, guys, because he is going to be your boss. Maybe, if you get the job. Now, the other things about that, is that you've got to be able to take and look at a situation and be able to make a decision based around logic, based around understanding, guys, instead of basing it around emotion, which is unfortunately what gets a lot of people in trouble, is when you just make a decision based around emotion. You know, guys, so there's a level of respect you need to take into consideration for everybody around you when you make a decision. And that level of respect turns into actions. And those actions is what ends up telling everybody who you are. You know, and if your actions are respectful, kind, honest, courageous, disciplined, fidelis, industrious, and on top of all else, self-reliance, perseverant, and taught maybe even. But as long as there's truth behind everything you do, as long as there's truth behind what you say and you do, you won't be in trouble. You know, you won't end up doing the wrong thing. Guys, you'll end up making decisions that are best for you, but at the same time, best for the other person. What brought me into this conversation was mine and Jin Jin's breakup. When me and Jin Jin broke up, I told her, hey, look, I can't take care of you the way I want. I can't give you what you need, and she understood that. Guys, that's why we're still friends, and we're still dear friends. So nothing really changed other than our titles and how we treat each other. We're not, we're comrades now. But it's unfortunate, but it's true. Sometimes that happens, guys. But I gave her the respect of letting her know, hey, look, I need time to think this over. There might be a situation, I don't know. And by the time it was over with, I realized there was just too many differences between the two of us. Were we good together? Yes. But only on the internet. I'm afraid we would have had problems had we been together. So I looked into it that way. And I gave her the respect of calling her and telling her what was going on instead of just breaking up with her. I called her and was trying to talk with her as much as I could, and that's one of the things that I hold value in is, can you turn around and take a situation that would have been bad and make it better? Guys, because yes, it's hurting Jin Jin to know that we're no longer together. It hurts me to know that we're no longer together. But it's probably for the best. She doesn't want to leave North Carolina. I don't want to leave Texas unless I'm going to Sweden. And she definitely doesn't want to go to Sweden. But that's just how it works. And sometimes it's just awful. No, I don't sell paint. But I do sell walking staffs. Yeah, I know. We've had a couple of trolls in here, Team B. Thank you for being there for me. But anyway, guys, the way that this all works is you simply just take and you look at the person, who they are, their actions, the way they speak, the way they carry themselves. And if it's in a confident, understanding, not so arrogant manner to where you can tell that the person is actually a decent person underneath. Hello there, South Valley. But hi, other Clint. Thank you very much there, CS Ghost. Look like someone that sells paint. Oh, no, you're all good, man. I don't take offense to it. But anyhow, so as we're going along, you take these things, you take these simple respects, and you give them to somebody. And you never know. Sometimes you can make connections in the strangest of places. But at the same time, sometimes you can make strong friendships, strong bonds with people that'll last lifetimes. And why? You were respectful. Especially if you're meeting somebody's family. Good Lord, please, by all means, be respectful then. Don't be a jerk. And you want to know why is because they don't know you from Adam or Eve. You need to make a good first impression. That's the whole thing, making a good first impression. So it's always awesome there. Hello there, Yasir. How are you doing? Welcome in, Yasir. You're in New Mexico. I'm in Southeast Texas. Nice to see you there, South Valley Vito. Shuck, get away from the stand. How many times I got to tell you? No, don't lay right back in the same spot, you goofus. My dog. But they all got fat. I got you. But anyway, guys, just there's a wonderful thing that can happen when you show the right amount of respect to people. There's a wonderful thing that happens when the right amount of things, yes, be kind to everyone. Y'all guys remember my motto: love your mama, love your papa, love yourself, be kind, and always find a way to help. Guys, that's my motto. That's my mantra. And it's the whole reason being is because you end up making you meet some amazing people. You make great connections and you make incredible memories that'll last you for your lifetime. Not only that, you never know what wisdom you're going to learn from somebody else. You never know what's going to happen when that person actually opens their mouth and starts to talk to you in a deep philosophical manner, you could learn something you never knew, or learn a religion you never knew about. Happy to see you too there, Sharky. What's up, Patrick? Or Priscilla? Yes, I have a dog. His name is Shuck. But anyway, guys, so yeah, you get these wonderful little situations, and we're losing respect big time in the world. We're losing respect in the generations. We're losing respect in each other. We're losing respect in our leaders. You know, guys, these are all big problems that need to be faced. And in order for us to even fix our lives, we need to be able to fix these issues. And to fix these issues, we need to be able to look ahead. And when you can look ahead and see what lies in front of you, you know what you need to do. Because you can plan step by step. And you can make 2 or 3 plans. One plan to back up the other plan to back up the other plan. You know, guys, and that's what keeps you prepared. That's what stops the heartache before it gets worse. That's what stops the homeless situation. That's what stops anything like that. You got to be able to look ahead. And guys, this is a concept that took me 37 years to learn. So, you know, it's not something you're going to pick up right off the bat. But figuring it out now is a great thing. Unless you're older. You know, if you're already older and you're already doing it, guys, great on you. Absolutely incredible, man. I applaud you. You did better than me. You know, but the whole thing about this is just that I sure am trying to be. Thank you, Yasir. No, this is not my sales pitch, buddy. This is literally my philosophy. This is my way of thinking. This is why the show is called Final Thoughts. I think on a certain topic, and then I talk about it at the end of the night. And I try to give as much of a understanding as I possibly can. I try to share as much knowledge as I put into it and can think about it as possible, out of respect for you guys. Why? Because there's no one else out there that's talking about these things. And if they are, they're not talking loud enough. You know, we need respect. We need understanding. You know, and sometimes that takes a backwater hillbilly redneck swamp rat like myself in order to point it out. Why? Because I was raised the old ways. I was raised where it was yes, ma'am, no, ma'am, yes, sir, may I, please, thank you. You know, all those things. I was raised on that, guys. I ate it up growing up. It made me a good person, or try to be a good person. You know, sometimes I lose my temper on certain people. But the long story short, it's just a simple fact that you can't just go through life being angry and mad at the world and not trusting anybody. You got to eventually learn to give some respect to someone in order to gain some of that respect, in order to have somebody turn around and say, hey, I like you. You're actually worth my time. You know, and that's what a lot of people are looking for. They're looking for that attention. They're craving that connection. And if you can learn to be respectful, and if you can learn to be honest at all times, you know, speak honesty, no matter even if it's a hard truth, you know, no matter if it's going to hurt, tell the truth. Why? Because it's respectful. People deserve to know the truth. People deserve to know what's out there, you know, and if you're going to be one of those people that wants to be respectful, honorable, and a good man, then you need to be able to learn these things. You need to be able to take these things and put them into practice. And these in turn equal respect. This is given, you know, this is given respect. Now there's earned respect as well, where that is when they'll stand by your side no matter what. That is earned respect, my friends. And that's the hardest to get. When you can earn the respect of somebody to the point where they're like, hell no, I'll take a bullet for that dude, then you have earned something great. You have strived for something incredible, you know, guys. And that is something amazing. That is something that everybody needs to work on, you know, no matter who they are, you know, and it's always a good thing to look forward to being able to be a respectful, responsible, and kind person. You know, there's no reason not to be. You know, there's so much pain and struggle and strife in the world right now. Why not heal it? Why not give it some love? Why not give it some respect? Why not reach out and say, hey, my friend, are you okay? Do you need a hug? Do you need somebody to listen? Why don't we sit down? Here, right here, man. Tell me what's going on. You know, that is what people are needing. It's not more entertainment. It's not more movements. It's not more organizations out there. It's literally, they need that connection. They need that kindness. They need that respect that has been denied for so long. And this is what is ending up winning people over, is giving sheer respect to people. It's giving in real life. All right, man. Thank you, Team B. Yes, definitely some big hugs to you, my Jen Jan. I hope you're getting to feel better. You know, but guys, this respect is something that comes with hard learned truths. You know, once you finally once you finally figure it out, and you're like, if I was just a little nicer to this person, or man, if I'd have just showed more respect to that boss, or man, if I'd have just put more effort into my job, you know, you learn as you grow. All of us do. And we never stop growing till the day we die. We learn new things all the time. I've seen people that were like, I've seen everything on the planet. I'll sit around and go, nah, 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 and they'll be like, okay, I never seen that. You know, I'll do something silly and off the wall. And you know what? It gives them something to talk about. You know, and that's a respect. That's a gift given. Something that they didn't have. They didn't have anything left. And yet here I came along and did something unexpected. Now they have something to talk about. You know, you had no appetite tonight. I'm sorry to hear that. Evan Morrison. Yes, these are final thoughts, man. This is how it works, brother. You know, I sat here and I kind of ramble on a little bit. But what I ramble on about is subjects I've been thinking about all day long. So this is just the final little bit to add in, which is telling you guys. And tonight, it's all been about respect. It's all been about, you know, hey, if you see somebody who's Muslim, say assalamu alaikum. Don't say hi. Hit them with assalamu alaikum. They'll be like, walaikum assalam. Welcome to you too, my friend. No, then turn around and surprise them with a may Allah bless you. And then they're going to look at you like, okay, you're a refined American. I got you. You know, and it ends up gaining people's trust instead of making people hate. And that's the one thing that I try to teach above all else. Don't hate. All right. Okay, whatever you say, I. But why are these final thoughts? Just because they are, man. You know, it's just what I thought to think about is respect. You know, and it's just pushing, or, you know, not really pushing. Thank you there, Team B. Crushing with William. I'm feeling pretty good today, cruising with William. I am Muslim and oh, thank you, Yashir. Evan's like, they need to learn how to drive. I got you there. That was a good one. But you're so welcome, Yasir. You know, welcome into the show. But yeah, everybody's doing pretty good today. You know, we've had a few trolls, but it's all doing good. But you know, guys, here in just a few more minutes, I'm gonna have to get off. I'm still doing laundry, but it's because I accidentally dropped my laundry in mud, so I had to redo it. Tripped over a dog, of course, but you know, it's just life. Rimshot, what's up, man? What you mean? Oh no, not again. Everything's gonna be all right. Oh yeah, you talk about getting them messed up. No, last time Shuck knocked him over and curled up in him. This time I dropped a whole basket in the mud. No, I get you, Evan. I get you. No one can really drive nowadays either because they don't care. They don't pay attention. You know, they get behind the wheel and they're like, wah! No, don't be that way. All right, Zoe and Kat. Yeah, just don't be cussing is all we ask, man. We try to keep it PG around here, man. Yeah, we try to keep it family friendly here as much as possible, which is why I was like, you know, hey, let's talk about respect tonight. Because that's something that families need to learn amongst each other too. Because I know me and my dad, we fight a lot, which is one of mine and Jin's problems. She would hear the way my dad treated me, and she'd get mad at him. And I'd have to defend him because he's my dad. You know, and family needs to learn to give respect to family. Oh, typical words you think of with cuss words. You know, anything you can't say on regular mainstream TV, you know. Yeah. Yeah, you can argue with that. But guys, we've got another 4 minutes left. I've got to go on ahead and get off in 30 minutes again. You know, I'm trying to cut the shows, trying to make it to where the shows will go longer. I may have a chance of running in some extra cash. Apparently, a hospital that treated me in Ohio is being sued with a class action lawsuit, and I can possibly collect a large sum. So I might be collecting some cash and donating what I want to. What is up, man? What's up, the other Clint? How you doing? Ex-Premier. I got you. But yeah, hello, everybody. Thank you all so much for being here. Y'all been absolutely incredible. You know, it's wonderful and amazing to have everybody in here, guys. Oh, and by the way, we broke 1,800 people today. 1,800 people have chosen to become part of the Knights of the Holy Rose Sanctum. And I want to thank you guys so much for joining the show, for subscribing, for liking, for sharing. You know, it's utterly amazing to think that we've came this far, you know, since January 17th of this year. You know, it's been an incredible adventure. And you guys, you know, you guys are just absolutely incredible to be here. What's got you so confused there, Evan? We got a few more minutes, man. What's got you confused, brother? I haven't timed you out. Thank you, Thank you so much. Oh, Dad left his phone in here. We were repairing the AC earlier, and it still broke down, man. Oh, thank you. I actually have 2 dogs. I have Shuck and Starlight, but Starlight doesn't like to come in my bedroom. It's too hot for her. She's got long hair. Don't believe so. I got you, man. Oh, thank you, Zoe and Kat. Well, we've got 30 seconds left, guys, and it's been awesome to have all of you guys here. Thank you all so much for being here, but I am just taking my medicine, and I'm going to go on ahead and check my Gmail, you know, after I get off of here, and love you guys. Thank y'all so much for showing up. We'll make sure that we have a better show next time, and I'm trying to work on my dad to let me have longer than just 30 minutes with you guys. But, you know, we already only do them every other day now just to keep him happy, because I have to keep somebody happy where I'm living at until I can get back in my RV. So that's just the way things work. Thank you. Just concerned about what I can and can't say. Oh, just think of it like a show where, think of it like Mr. Rogers and just leave it at that. Think of it like a 13 Mr. Rogers. Just try not to cuss is all we're saying. Just no certain words. Yeah, we're doing Morning Mojo in the morning. So we'll be catching back up with that. And that's going to be awesome. You know, so can't wait to have you guys in here for that. Remember, guys, keep everything up and running, keep the show going. Don't forget, see it from a swamp, later from a gator. Love your mama, love your papa, love yourself, be kind, and always find a way to help, my friends. We'll check you all here next time. Same show, same channel, same place, different topic. Catch you then, guys.